From the humble loaf to artisanal sourdough, bread has been a staple of human life for millennia. But how did this simple food become such a vital part of our culture, history, and daily life? Let's take a journey through time to explore the fascinating history of bread. Our story begins in ancient civilizations where wheat and barley were first cultivated. In ancient Egypt, around 4,000 years ago, bread baking evolved from a simple process of mixing grain with water and baking it over hot stones to a more sophisticated method involving ovens and leavening. It was the Egyptians who discovered the magic of fermentation. They left dough out in the open air, and naturally occurring yeast from the environment caused it to rise, creating the first leavened bread. This was a game changer. Fast forward a few centuries, and bread had spread across the Mediterranean, with the Greeks and Romans taking it to new heights. The Greeks introduced bread making as an art form, and the Romans perfected it, even setting up public bakeries for the masses. Bread became more than just food. It symbolized life itself. In ancient Rome, the saying panem et circenses, bread and circuses, described how the emperors used food to maintain public order, providing free bread to the people as a way to keep them content. As centuries passed, bread making spread across Europe. By the Middle Ages, bread was a key part of diets, but the quality varied greatly. The rich ate fine white bread made from refined wheat, while peasants made do with darker, coarser loaves made from rye or barley. The Industrial Revolution in the 18th century brought about the most significant changes to bread making. Mechanization and the invention of the first steam-powered ovens allowed bread to be produced on a massive scale. But it was in the 19th century that the creation of commercial yeast, combined with mass production techniques, transformed bread into a staple available to almost everyone, everywhere. By the 20th century, bread had become deeply entrenched in cultures around the world. But it wasn't just about convenience anymore. People began to rediscover traditional methods of baking, sparking a renaissance of artisan bread. Today, bread comes in countless forms, from the soft and pillowy white loaves we see in supermarkets to the tangy, chewy sourdoughs we craft at home. Every region has its own take on this ancient food, and bread continues to be both a reflection of culture and a comfort for the soul. From ancient Egypt to the modern bakery, the history of bread is a story of innovation, culture, and community. And even though the methods have changed, the basic ingredients, flour, water, and yeast, have remained the same. Bread will always be the heart of every meal, a timeless symbol of nourishment and connection. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the history of bread. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the past. Until next time, keep baking.